What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video. And in this video the main topic will be Sadio Mane's devastating 6-week hamstring injury. What do you think about this news? When I heard it yesterday I was absolutely gutted. Mane is, in my opinion, Liverpool's best player. Do you think that Liverpool are doomed for this season? Do you think that Liverpool won't even make the top 4 now that Mane will be out for 6 weeks? Because he will miss some crucial games which we will analyze in this game. And this is why me and many other football fans absolutely hate international football, international weeks, because constantly Liverpool players get injured on international duty. And also Mane was injured in the 89th minute of the game against Senegal against Cape Verde Islands, and Senegal were winning 2-0. Why wasn't he substituted earlier? I will never know. But of course, you know, Mane is a very explosive, very fast player, so hamstring injuries tend to happen to those kind of players more often than not. And Mane just had absolutely rotten luck this season. He got a pretty harsh red card against Man City where he missed 3 domestic games in the Premier League. And of course, you know, he had 3 goals in 5 Premier League games in total, and now he will miss 6 weeks, and he will miss absolutely crucial games coming up. Manchester United away, Tottenham away, Sevilla away. He could be back by November the 25th, by the time Chelsea visit Anfield. But still, I think it's a devastating blow for Liverpool, because without Mane, Liverpool are averaging about 1.6 points per game, which is about mid-table. But with Mane, listen to this, with Mane, Liverpool are averaging 2.2 points per game, which is a top 4 finish and maybe even a title challenge on the cards. So it's pretty obvious that Mane is Liverpool's one of Liverpool's most influential players. Only Coutinho and Firmino have been involved in more goals than Mane. Since Mane made his Liverpool debut, Mane has been involved in 25 goals and assists in the Premier League, and Firmino and Coutinho has been involved in 27. But still, you know, Mane's injury is just rotten luck. Is Liverpool cursed? Everybody is asking me about this. Like, is Liverpool seriously cursed? But every time it looks like that Liverpool's season could turn around and we could actually do something great, we get something like this, which is just so unfortunate. I feel so sorry for Mane, because he absolutely loves and adores playing football. It's a joy to watch. One of the most exciting players to watch in recent memory is Sadio Mane. I put him in the same bracket as Luis Suarez in terms of the excitement. Of course, he's not on the same level as Luis Suarez. He's not an out-and-out top 5 world-class player, Mane, yet, but he's such an exciting player to watch. He dribbles past the defenders with ease, he has devastating pace, he can finish, he can assist, he can dummy the ball. Just his dribbling skills, his agility, everything about him makes him such a great player to watch. And now, you know, Liverpool have to find solutions. You could ask, what could be the solution for the Mane injury? In my opinion, now Sturridge has to get a run of games. I'm not sure where should we start Sturridge. In my opinion, maybe Jurgen Klopp will go with Firmino up front, Salah on the right, Coutinho on the left, and maybe Emre Can, Henderson, and either Wijnaldum or Oxlade-Chamberlain in midfield. So that doesn't leave room for Sturridge. But we will be playing 3 days, every 3 days. So we are playing Man United on the 14th. We are playing Maribor on the 17th of October, then we are playing Tottenham, and then we are playing Huddersfield as well, and then Maribor at home. So those 2 games, you know, Huddersfield at home, Maribor at home, Maribor away, those 3 games are absolutely must-win games. And I think we have to beat Man United as well, because if we don't beat Man United, the gap between ourselves and the title challengers, because I think Man City will win on the weekend, will be just too much. And also we go to Tottenham, even though they don't have the best record at Wembley, Harry Kane is in the form of his life. He scored something like 16 goals in September after scoring 0 in August, which is also, I heard recently, that is a mind-blowing statistics. So yeah, let's actually examine Mane's absence for Liverpool in detail. So Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have a winning percentage of 61.3% of Premier League games that Mane started, but that win percentage drops by almost an astonishing 20%. Our win percentage is only 42.9% without Mane starting for Liverpool. And remember last January when Mane went to the Africa Cup of Nations, Liverpool lost like 3 or 4 home games in a row, and Liverpool won only 1 of 7 games that Mane missed, and that run almost cost Liverpool the top 4 place, and that definitely ruled Liverpool out of the title challenge. I'm really gutted to say this, because I wanted nothing more than to Liverpool to challenge for the title this season. But I have to say, and I will be honest, I'm saying this with my head, not with my heart, that in my opinion this Mane injury alone rules Liverpool out of the title race. I still think that we are short defensively. We are still not good enough. We still needed Van Dijk to come in the summer if we had any serious hopes of challenging Manchester United and Man City, because look how much they improved. This is what, spending big money can do to you if you get the right players. And Liverpool spend big money but not always got the right players. But we can't spend on the same level as Man City, Man United and Chelsea, which really hurts me, because I want Liverpool to win the biggest trophies. I want Liverpool to challenge for the biggest trophies. And at the moment it looks like that Jurgen Klopp, who is a world-class manager, one of the top 5 managers in world football, can only do so much, as in getting Liverpool around 3rd or 4th place. And even 4th place at this moment in time, I would settle with 4th place in the Premier League, because at the moment we are in real danger of falling away. Without Mane, I seriously think that Liverpool will struggle, especially against the likes of Man United at home and Tottenham away. If we lose one or both of those games, we will be miles away from the title. So that's why I'm saying that, in my opinion, Liverpool will not challenge, not even challenge for the Premier League title. The best that we can hope for, in my opinion, is 3rd place. Man City and Man United just look incredibly strong, and even Chelsea and even Arsenal and Tottenham have recently picked up their form. On the other hand, Liverpool, since we had hammered Arsenal, there have been 2 international breaks since then. Liverpool's form has nosedived, and I can't blame Jurgen Klopp for that. I will be honest, I blame the players finishing. Salah, Firmino, even Mane, but most certainly, the likes of Henderson. But most importantly, Salah and Firmino should have scored more of their chances, in my opinion. Even though I absolutely love and adore them, so don't get me wrong, I don't want to criticize them over the top, because they did everything but score in most of the games. But Watford away, Burnley at home, Spartak Moscow away, Newcastle away, those are 4 games that on another day Liverpool should have and could have won those games by 2 or 3 goals. We were that much better than the opposition. We created multiple clear-cut chances. We hit the post, we hit the bar, sometimes the defenders blocked the shots, but most of the time Liverpool just missed the target or didn't finish, wasn't clinical enough. And look at all the other teams. Chelsea have Morata, clinical finisher. Manchester United have Lukaku. Man City have Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, 2 clinical finishers. Arsenal have Lacazette now, and Sanchez as well. And Sanchez isn't even firing on all cylinders yet. Tottenham have Harry Kane. And Liverpool just, in my opinion, I think we have a clinical finisher like that, Sturridge, but Sturridge doesn't play in the way that Jurgen Klopp wants a Liverpool forward to play. He's not pressing the defense high enough. And Firmino, who is a very good striker, he's not an out-and-out striker. He's not a Harry Kane, he's not a Lukaku, he's not a Morata. He's more of a false 9. And I think Liverpool should have signed an out-and-out striker, somebody like Aubameyang. I know that's quite outrageously ambitious, but I think the problem more than the defense is actually Liverpool not taking our chances, because Liverpool can concede 1 goal every game and win every game if we took our chances, because we are creating enough chances to score 3, even sometimes 4 or 5 goals in each game. That's how many very good chances we create, but most of the time the players just don't take those chances, don't put the ball into the back of the net, and that is not unlucky. That is, I think, the quality of the finishing is just not there, not as good as the other teams. But also defensively we need to be much better. That's without question, everybody knows that. So what will happen against Man United? I will do a detailed tactical analysis of the game probably on Friday, and I will also play the game on FIFA 18, and we shall wait and see what kind of game we will get. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm moving to another flat, a bigger flat, on a Saturday, so bear with me. The uploads might be hectic because I have to pack all of my house. You can see behind me that actually I already disassembled my bed, so this is part of my bed that you can see. So I need to take all my furniture apart and move that to the other apartment, but I will do a house tour when it's ready and finished, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome. See you later. Goodbye.